How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be going over all of the players released within this World Series program. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We also have Team Affinity Season 5 coming out on the 19th. We are 2 weeks away, and we can see that each player included in Season 5 Team Affinities will be a 99 overall. We also have a brand new 9th inning program coming out over the next couple of days, and I do not have any of the postseason programs completed. I don't even have one player from those postseason programs. I also don't have a whole lot of XP towards the 8th inning program, but I did purchase Willie Mays off of the market, so that's really all that I was concerned about. But we do have this brand new World Series program, and it includes other players from earlier in the postseason, from the wild card. We have a couple Division Series players, some Championship Series players, and now, of course, the World Series program. So I think that's really cool that they included players from the wild card games, players from the Division Series games that might not have earned a card previously. They gave them a card in the World Series program. So we're going to go through all of these players. The first one is Clay Holmes. He pitched pretty well, and he did get a relief pitching version of his card. Definitely solid. Has a sinker, slider, curveball, four-seam. Not the greatest pitch mix, but he does have a sinker. He's a 96 overall with great hits per nine. His K per nine is a little bit lower. But this card right here, Giovanni Gallegos, has less pitches. I think he's a lot better. I don't know. I like Giovanni Gallegos cards in MLB The Show. He typically performs pretty well. He does have 99 control and almost 99 break on both the fastball and the slider. Next up, we have Jordan Luplow. This card is usually a lefty killer. I know the Live Series card plays pretty well against lefties. Vision is a little bit lower in terms of timing windows in MLB The Show 21, but if you parallel them up a little bit, this card might be a good budget player. Next up, we have Brad Boxberger, and I want to say this guy has a deceptive motion within MLB The Show, but I'm not quite sure. I remember a couple years ago, he had a weird delivery, and I'm pretty sure he had a gold card that was effective. I might be thinking of somebody else, but this guy has a 3-pitch mix. I'd probably rather use Giovanni Gallegos, but that's just me personally. We also have Gavin Sheets, first baseman, lefty bat. We need more of these free lefty bats in the game. I know this isn't the greatest card all around, but definitely a good option for more of a budget team. This guy, however, will be joining the squad. He only throws 83 miles per hour. His velocity is 23 out of 99, but this card is extremely deceptive. He has one of the craziest deliveries in MLB The Show, and I don't even think you can use it on your creative player, but people use those submarine motions on their creative player. Very tough to hit. Christian Vasquez, we have a catcher here. Diamond defense, not really the greatest bat against lefties. Kind of low for this point in the season, but pretty solid reverse splits type of player. 100 contact, 104 power. He will get above 110 after you parallel him up. AJ Pollock, who hit 2 homers in Game 5 there, 99 overall, 125 contact, 102 power versus right, 115, 118. This card will be pretty good. And I want to say AJ Pollock has a couple of active quirks. These postseason cards do have active quirks attached to them that their Live Series card would also have, and that makes them that much better. If we get finest players for Season 5, those players should also have the active quirks, and I was talking a little bit about that in my finest prediction video. But we have Framber Valdez with a sinker, sweeping curve, changeup, slider, kind of similar to Julio Urias in some ways. Phil Maton, this card might be effective. He has a 5-pitch mix with a sinker and a cutter. Sweeping curve, which is kind of a interesting pitch that not many people have. But for a reliever, I mean, this card is very good. Lower stamina in terms of some of the other players that we've gotten throughout the postseason program. Some of those guys are in, the 35s, 37, could get up to the 40 range after you parallel them. But another lefty right here, left-handed closer. And you can't go wrong with these cards, right? I mean, in my last video talking about the postseason cards, I was talking about 2 must-have players. Now they're not as much must-have. We have other options that we can go to. But I want to say that you almost have to have a couple of these relievers in your lineup if you don't have some of the most expensive relief pitchers in Diamond Dynasty. Next up, we have Ian Anderson. This card should be all right. Doesn't have, a fastball that moves a whole lot. The two-seam is not that good of a pitch in Diamond Dynasty, but He does have that that tailing action on that one. I've always gotten lit up while using a 2-seam in MLB The Show, so I probably wouldn't use that Ian Anderson card. He's a starter. Probably wouldn't get past, the 4th inning for me. So I'll use somebody different. But we have Adam Duvall. This card's pretty good. 84 speed, center fielder, diamond defense, lower contact versus right on that Adam Duvall, and lower vision, but he should still be pretty good. Next up, we have Jorge Soler, and this guy is kind of like the master of this program. The 99 overall reward that you get at the very end by completing all of the missions, the conquest map, and we previously had the events that would give you points towards this program, but I don't think that's going on anymore. I think we have the Hurlers event now, but we also have a collection reward, collecting postseason cards for George Springer, 99 overall, and Corey Seager, 99 overall. I wasn't sure if we were going to get the 99 George Springer released back into MLB The Show 21. We've had that card a few times throughout the history of MLB The Show, and he's pretty good. But for this specific game, I don't think this card will be as good as some of the other rewards within the World Series program. I think the other collection reward in Corey Seager is just so much better. It's not even close, but that's just my personal opinion. A lot of people like George Springer's swing. His best swing animation was back in MLB The Show 17. He has not had that same swing animation for a while. If he did, I think he would play a lot better. He used to have a swing similar to Barry Larkin, similar to Adalberto Mondesi, but here's 99 overall Corey Seager, and this card is definitely worth completing all of the programs just for this card. This guy can play second base. He's a left-handed bat. He has almost maxed out contact and power against both sides. He does have the day player quirk, right? All of these guys have their active live series quirks. And he also excels at driving in a runner from third with less than 2 outs. That's going to give you a slight increase to your PCI. I want to say it boosts your contact, maybe a couple attributes. Hard to tell, but it does make a big difference in terms of the way the game plays and your PCI placement. You can get rewarded on a lot of terrible hits, basically, with that without having that PCI penalty. Overall, I think that's a great program. Can't complain about free cards. Can't complain about, grinding MLB The Show and earning some endgame diamond players. This is the current squad that I'm rocking with. I haven't played a game since the last gameplay video that I uploaded on YouTube. It's been a few days. This last week was probably the busiest week of my teaching career, probably the busiest week I've ever had in my entire life as well, but I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm going to try and get a couple games in, post some gameplay for you all to watch. I'm College Lefty. Hopefully you enjoyed. Have a great weekend, and peace out.